Every now and then a break is needed from all these greetings and meetings. I'm thankful that I can be in, but I need a break. Cause this life can be suffocating, traveling different locations, trying to get this money made.
And I believe it, that I need it. These evil events are deceiving. My seed is in need of exceeding.
Yo, what's going on? This is Current Climate. My name is Christian Dane. Juicy, say something to the people.
It's a knife.
There you go. Isaac, say something to the people.
It's a knife.
All right, we got Isaac here today. Isaac's helping us out. Special guest today, filling in for Shaw, who couldn't make it for tonight. Patrick, say something to the people.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
That's for the Spanish crowd. Big weekend this past weekend. College football. Didn't have a lot of big games. Had a few significant games, but I feel like we want to start covering a little bit more college football, considering that we haven't covered any at all. Let's start off with our favorites here. Alabama.
Roll Tide, roll.
Tide, motherfucking roll!
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that at all. Who did they play?
They play at Colorado State,
Which is like a high school team, isn't it?
2-2.
2-2?
Decent.
2-2, but yeah, they're not a great team.
No.
I mean, they have a good offense.
How good
But-
of an offense?
I mean, for their little small division, they score points.
Is
but it's not a
anybody
great
from that
offense.
school going to get drafted?
Probably not.
Probably
no,
not.
No.
What was the score? Ending score of the game?
41-23.
Why did
Alabama.
we allow them to get 23 points? That's my biggest question.
Sometimes, for some reason, Alabama will play down on the competition.
Well, there's a couple things. One, that's Nick Saban's friendly school. We're nice to Colorado State. We've played them in the past, and so we don't blow them out. We put in our backup quarterback really early.
True.
How do you think he looked?
And we put up our backup defensive players really early in that game.
Like he got a lot to learn.
He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not close to ready. His delivery is long and weird still. He still looks too small. And he's supposed to be a sort of an athletic quarterback, but he's not near the athlete that Hurts is. He's not near that.
No, but I do think he's going to be a better thrower of the football than Hurts.
Yeah. And he seems to have a little bit of a command about him that I do like, but again, there's a hitch in his throw that just takes a while to wind up. It's going to take him a second, but he can figure it out. He could maybe try and be like Russell Wilson light or something like that, but he can't run around like Russell Wilson can.
And I thought
he
was
doesn't
a
have
little
the big arm like Russell
I
Wilson.
thought he was a little bit taller.
He's short. He's a
he's
small
6'1".
guy. He's a small guy.
How tall is he?
They say 6'1", but
How tall is Marcus Mariota?
I doubt it. Marcus has got to be at least as good 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a little more height to him, and Marcus has got a bigger arm.
Yeah.
He's got a much
quicker
bigger
too.
arm.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
his release hasn't got as much of a hitch in it or anything like that. He has way less issues than Tua.
Now-
and people just want to compare him because they're both Polynesian, but it's
Tua?
a fair.
Didn't they go to the same high school?
They did
though?
go to the
Okay.
same high school and stuff, but really they're completely different players. Their playing style and everything.
So you mentioned that the Nick Saban thing with taking easy on schools and stuff like that.
I think that's part of it. I think too, we've got a lot of injured players. We're playing a lot of young players, but also I think Alabama's struggling a a bit. I do think that we're having a
that's
little
what I'm getting
issues.
around to.
I think our corners are having issue covering. I really have not been impressed with our corner play at all, and our offensive line doesn't push people off the ball the way they're used to.
I remember there was a time.
And I will say that. Now, I do agree with you about that, about the offensive line. I don't see no holes open up like they usually do. I don't know what it is.
Normally we line up, we say, look, we're putting Mark Ingram in at Wildcat. He's in Heisman contention. He's getting the ball. He's either going to go right, left, or up the middle and do something. But yet now we got to do a lot of jet sweeps, bubble screens, trick plays. That's stuff that small schools use to get rid of the pass rush.
But
we're not able to just block the pass rush straight up anymore.
And I don't think we usually have a feature back. Bo's supposed to be that.
Bo is not the feature back.
I don't think we had 100-yard rusher besides Jalen this season.
The Jalen is getting over 100 yards rushing every game, which is cute and all, but he's our starting quarterback. And like we just said, our backup our quarterback isn't ready. So I'm really not a fan of all the runs, especially against small schools like Colorado State. Why the hell is Jalen Hurts running the ball 30 times a game? Well, why isn't he passing? That doesn't make any sense.
He need to be defining his passing skills in games like
exactly. This is a perfect opportunity to work on the passing trees.
what happened to the days when Alabama would play these smaller schools and we shut them out? There was a time, I think it was like when T.J. Yeldon was a running back, we used to shut out these smaller schools.
Well, I think now he put players in there to get experience quicker than he did then.
Back then, he was really, really against playing underclassmen. They never came in to a fault, like against Cam Newton when he refused to bench Mark Barron even though he couldn't lift his arm above his head because he didn't want to play a sophomore. And that's what he's known for. But lately, he has laxed on that, and he plays underclassmen.
Okay.
But when you play underclassmen, of course, you're going to have missed assignments. And, when they're playing your second and third string players, they are going to score a little bit more points. I think that has a lot to do with it, honestly. I think he's learning slowly.
Now, I know this is early. This is the second game of the season. Are there any games in Alabama's schedule right now that gets you nervous? Maybe it doesn't scare you, but it's like
Auburn.
Auburn?
Yeah, because I'm not impressed with our offense per se, and Auburn got a really good defense. They corners. I watch them, and they can cover man to man.
Is their defense better than Florida State?
Their defense is really good.
Is it better than Florida State?
I don't know. Well, they stuck with Clemson. They held Clemson to 14 points, so.
Yeah,
but Clemson's not known for his offense right now.
Listen to this.
Clemson
schedule,
stumped
guys.
Louisville.
Listen to our
With their
next
defense.
Listen to our next few games. We've got Vandy,
Win.
Mississippi,
Win.
at Texas A&M, Arkansas, Tennessee, and then LSU. That'll be a test, but we just saw them get routed by Mississippi State.
We got cake.
Then we play Mississippi State, Mercer, who is a juggernaut defensive team. They completely shut down the University of Auburn. There's something to be reckoned with. They've got athletes all over the field. I'm pretty nervous about that.
Picks everywhere.
First round draft picks all over the place. The score against Auburn was 24-10. Auburn was lucky to pull out of it. It's because they're an elite program as well.
So, Patrick, are you nervous about any games?
Hell no.
At all?
No,
So you think we're going to run the board? You think we're going to go undefeated the whole season until the playoffs? You think?
Yeah, the playoffs, obviously, there's some really good teams at the top that are going to give us
you think right
trouble.
now?
But right now, we're as long as people stay healthy, health is always the most important factor in the SEC.
Fair enough.
But if we stay healthy, our schedule is the lightest it's been in years.
Fair enough.
The only way we lose is if we make mistakes.
Okay. Moving on from there, the Auburn Tigers. Who did they play?
They played
Mercer.
The University of Mercer.
All right. What was the score? Ending score?
24-10.
Okay. What's Auburn's record right now? 1-1?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything that you seen that stuck out to you about Auburn? I wish we had Shaw here because Shaw right now going on a rant.
Basically Auburn is still. They've supposedly changed offensive coordinators, but yet they still are running the jet sweeps. They're still running the power plays. They got Jason Stidham, who's supposed to be, a quarterback that's a pro style. They can throw the ball a little bit more. That's been their weakness in the past. The problem is they can't protect that guy. They can't protect him at all. And he's getting hit a lot. Now he's a big dude, so he'll be around for a little while, but they better hope so because their backup quarterback just got in trouble for a public detox and got kicked off the team.
Oh, they kicked Sean White off the team?
Yeah, so
oh shit, I didn't know they kicked him off.
So we'll see about that, but like I said, they need to protect. They need to protect better. That's their main problem too. Yeah. Their offensive line's garbage.
Yeah.
And their offensive play calling is just basic. They're still running that high school rinky-dink Gus offense.
Who are we looking at? What is the rest of their schedule looking like this year?
Let's see.
Pulling up the info right now.
But yeah, what I will say about Auburn, they do have a really, really good defense.
Their defense is completely straight. That's why they were able to shut down Mercer the way they were. Okay, I've got Auburn's schedule pulled up. Looks like their next game's at Missouri. They should win that. Mississippi State. That's going to be a rough one. Mississippi State just took it to LSU. It looks like they can put some points up. And they can play a little defense. That's going to be a good
Mullen
game.
got them boys right down there.
I know. It looks pretty good.
I always have liked Dan Mullen.
I don't got a problem with Dan Mullen.
I like Chris Mullen.
He has high shoulders.
Chris Mullen.
I like Chris Mullen.
Chris Mullen also.
Shout out to Chris Mullen.
A nice
fact
player as well.
that none of you know that me and Chris Mullen actually went to the same elementary school in Brooklyn, New York.
Really?
St. Thomas
Nice.
Aquinas.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Chris Mullin, look it up. We went to the same
Do
elementary
you know
school. No, I don't know him, actually. 'Cause I think by the time when he went to that school, then when I went, Brooklyn was a little different. He'd probably get robbed. Yeah, you can't be no white boy walking on a Flatbush in a neighborhood at the time. You will get robbed and shot. Who else they playing? Auburn.
After that, they play Ole Miss,
Mhm.
then LSU,
Mhm.
at Arkansas,
Mhm.
at Texas A&M, Georgia, Louisiana Monroe, and then us. They got a rough schedule compared to us. for sure.
Okay, so right now, I think their calling card right now is their defense.
Their
Their
defense
defense
is
really good.
straight.
So-
Their defense is
That
really
cornerbacks, that man-to-man coverage.
So with them relying on their defense, out of those teams that you see there on that list, is there any on that list right there? Is there any like strong offensive teams that might give them a challenge?
good. Mississippi State, Georgia, Alabama.
Okay.
Arkansas's coach is going to get fired probably this year too.
I like him.
Ole Miss isn't that great. Texas A&M, I'm not really impressed with them that year or this year either.
They're going to get Kevin Sumlin out of there.
Mississippi State's going to give them trouble though. Georgia's going to give them trouble, and we're going to
Yeah.
give them a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
For sure. So those are 3 possible losses, probable losses.
I don't know, man. Auburn kind of toward the end of the year,
Well, of course,
hopefully
they might
we'll be
get stronger.
looking at-
Their line might get better. That's true. Attrition is important as well.
True.
I mean, I like their schedule. It looks like they could actually end the season with a pretty strong schedule. So, I mean,
Roll Tide.
yeah. At
I
the
see,
end of the day,
I see,
it's still
I see
Roll
at
Tide.
least 3 losses in their future.
3 losses.
Yeah.
So you see them.
What's their record? I mean, what's their record right now? What are
They're,
they? I mean, not their record.
actually, we had it wrong earlier. It's 2-1.
It's
They're
2-1?
2-1. Yeah, they've lost 1 already. I see them losing to Georgia and Alabama, and then probably Mississippi State.
What are they
as
ranked
well.
at right now?
Not.
Are they in the top 15?
No, they're not.
yeah, they are. They're number 15.
Oh, they are actually.
They
Yeah,
are
they're number
15?
15.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Well, they're number 16 in the other poll. My bad.
Okay. Okay. They have a chance if they can pull it together. Gus is going to have to call something different, but I mean, their defense wins games nowadays, man.
Their defense is really, really good. I mean, it depends on what we think of Georgia's 3-0. The problem with Georgia is Georgia is known for coming out hot,
and being Georgia.
looking great,
I'm gonna have to get Mark on
and
the
then
show.
shit in the bed. They're
I'm
known
gonna
for that.
have to get my boy Mark. Mark played for Georgia. Shout out to Mark Beard. I'm gonna get him on the show and see what he feels about this. And I gotta pick his brain about Georgia. Okay. With that being said, who else around the college scene who played this weekend? Where are some notable games? Where do we start? So I know what's the guy's name?
Texas USC.
Texas. Okay, yeah, we'll start there.
Texas USC was a really good game.
Was that the best game of the weekend?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
That game was amazing.
Yeah.
That game was awesome.
Both quarterbacks came to play.
Two overtimes. It was a freshman versus
A draft.
could be number 1 pick in the
Yeah.
draft.
The freshman showed me something.
And the freshman had heart, and then got his soul ripped out with that fumble. Oh man,
Yeah.
they ran a QB draw, and he muscles up, gets 8 yards. They're like 4 yards out from the end zone. They go back to the QB draw, and he gets stripped to lose the game. It's horrible.
USC's quarterback. What's his name?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Did this hurt his chances at all about going to a high draft pick?
It was going to, and then at the very end, he looked super clutch and composed. They needed to drive down the field to get a field goal. He did it overtime. The first play from scrimmage, touchdown. Second play from scrimmage, or second time
That was
they
a
got
sweet throw too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
second time they got the ball back, drove down. Were able to move the ball, get a field goal. I mean, it looked bad at the beginning, but then when it counted, he made the plays. I don't know. I was impressed.
Is he still the top draft, the top quarterback in the
There's a couple guys. I mean, there's him. There's Josh Rosen from UCLA.
yeah.
There's also
Baker Mayfield. I love
there's
Baker
Mayfield.
I'm getting to all that.
If you're not worried about his height, Lamar Jackson. If you're not worried
Okay.
about his throwing ability and size, and then there's Allen from Wyoming, who's like a Ben Roethlisberger type. He's big.
Speaking
boy.
of
Nice.
Speaking of Lamar Jackson, segue into that game. Who do they play?
Clemson.
And they weren't ready for Clemson.
Lamar is, and now I'm on the bandwagon. Well, not the bandwagon. I'm of the mindset that Lamar won't make a good NFL quarterback.
Why?
He can't throw.
I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. I like the person Lamar Jackson, and I love the athleticism, of course.
Oh yeah,
But but I doubt the throwing ability.
And what I mean,
I just it makes me nervous. I don't see strikes to the outer corners of the field.
Exactly.
I don't see him reading
accuracy.
3-4 wide receivers,
Yeah.
breaking down a defense, and then slinging it into a zone. I see him making a lot of plays, the defense reacting to his running ability.
Exactly.
And then him finding gaps. And
Exactly.
breaking them.
He buy a lot of time with his feet. NFL,
Right.
you going 3-step drops, 5-step drops, 7-step drops, and getting it out.
Right.
Can he throw on the money, the outside slants, inside slants, post corners, comeback routes? Can he throw those 3-5-step drops? So I don't think so.
I don't think
but
so.
we could be wrong. But just based off what I see, now he's an amazing college quarterback.
Man, he's a great college quarterback, and he's a great dude. He's one of the good dudes out there. So I want him to succeed. The problem is he played Clemson, and Clemson is one of the top defenses in the country. They're right up there with Alabama and Florida State.
Who would you compare?
There's something to be reckoned with themselves, and he wasn't ready for that. I don't know if it was his offensive line, his surrounding talent, or him, but he wasn't ready.
Who would you compare Lamar Jackson with?
Robert Griffin.
Really?
Oh, good.
And it makes me really nervous because I hate Robert Griffin, and he got hurt because of his running style. He was in a spread it open 5 wide receiver set offense. He threw the ball all over the place, and
he had great receivers.
And he had great receivers, and he came into the league and was fast, and people were like, "Oh shit!" And then he got hurt.
That was it.
And that's what I'm afraid of with Lamar Jackson. He's going to be elite athlete still when he gets to the NFL. He's still going to be one of the fastest people in the field. He's still going to be able to make plays, but is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. Is his arm talent ever going to be good enough where once they limit his running ability, is he going to be able to keep continuing to make plays? I'm not sure.
Because as we see over time, those licks pile up. Look at Cam.
Of course,
Cam is superhuman.
And Cam Newton outweighs Lamar Jackson by 60 pounds. That's the difference.
Did Baker Mayfield play?
He get hurt.
Baker Mayfield played well again.
I think Baker Mayfield played a half.
They played Tulane. They beat them 56-14. That's just one of those games.
So right now, out of all the quarterbacks, do you still feel as though USC's quarterback going first out of all the other?
Like I said, it really just depends on who gets the first pick and what kind of offense they're running. I mean,
you think that really matters?
As a Saints fan, I want to get rid of Breeze, and I want Allen from Wyoming. I like the big body of Allen.
Okay.
But Rosen is still supposed to be maybe the most talented, him and Darnold. And
what about Mason Rudolph from Oklahoma State?
Mason Rudolph puts up a lot of points too, but that's another one I forgot about.
Is it the system?
I don't know. Man.
Oh my God!
I don't know. But because they're throwing the ball around for sure. So I have no idea. So I mean, yeah, there's quite a few. This is supposed to be one of the best.
It's a good
football
crop of quarterback
drafts in a long time. Now we'll see it. You can't tell until they play 5 or 6 years down the road. But it's supposed to be one of the most talented groups.
Was there any other notable games this weekend?
It was kind of slow other than that. Oh, I do want to talk about the Florida-Tennessee Hail Mary.
Florida-Tennessee was an amazing finish.
It went from shitty
it was a garbage game, but it was a straight trash game.
Do you see any upside to either of those teams?
Florida
is going to put defenders in the NFL. They still got another corner that's stud. You were telling me about that the other day. Did you see the freshman?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who's his brother again?
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, my bad.
But he's really, 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 really good.
Yeah, Florida produces corners back to back to back to back. So,
but no, they'll probably win the East.
And then of course, LSU got caught by Mississippi State. They're ranked 12th in the country.
I love
it. And they didn't just get beat. They got beat 37-7. So they got their asses kicked for sure.
I think that's pretty much. It wasn't that.
Well, UCLA got beat as well by Memphis. That's Josh Rosen. That's the other top QB pick. Now his draft stock will take a hit because he threw 2 bad interceptions.
Shout out to Charlie Strong too for failing in Texas, and now he has South Florida. He 3-0.
Nice, making plays at Texas.
How's Lane Kiffin doing?
Lane. I think he lost. He's 0-3 if I'm not mistaken. I know the first week they got ran off the field.
Couldn't happen to a better guy. Fuck that guy.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, there you go. That was
and shout out to that Virginia Tech East Carolina game. Me and Pat was watching that, and we was like, they competing. and then we blinked, and it was 64-17.
Yeah. I was concerned. I was like, Eastern Carolina, they're really stepping up. Like they're fighting. They're fighting hurricanes, and they're also fighting better schools, and yet
in the end,
and then the floodgates opened, and they got their ass kicked.
All right. Well, there you go. Tell us what you guys think. If we didn't talk about your team, tell us about it. If you're an Auburn fan, Alabama fan, tell us what you think, man. Give us your input. You want to hear your 2 cents. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our page. Also follow us on Twitter and our Facebook page. This is Current Climate. Pat, where can they follow you at?
On Twitter, @Patrick Han. And then also, for the ladies, if you'll just take your hand, run it down your cell phone, and swipe right for me, baby. I'll be there waiting.
There you go. This is Current Climate. My name is Christian Dane. Isaac, you want to say something to the people?
It's a knife.
Oh, shit. Isaac Savage. Juicy, say something to the people.
It's a knife.
Oh, damn. Yeah, y'all have a good night. Peace.
Go train on my Tupac shit without the nose ring. On my hoodie shit, fuck what these folks think. If Jake can make it from Mossy, then I'm gonna hide a couple bricks under my car seat. Tell my mama I was never sorry. Tell her that they got me going 60 and a 40. Catch me, nigga. Screaming, catch me, nigga, I'm too fast. Don't test me, nigga. Came from the bottom, single mother, never used food stamps. Man, product of my environment. I'm tired, man. Put the metal to my little nigga's chest. No Tony Stark, but I keep that Iron Man. Breathe, nigga, breathe. The last thing you hear is the sound of a gun ring. White America don't give a fuck, it's the death of another young king.